Last time on Vintage Story, we finally added a way up to our second floor, which unlocked the rest of our house. Then we went out by boat and explored a ton of the map. Our primary goal was to find bauxite, and we did just that. So we went back home and worked a ton of iron. That way we could finally work on getting a water wheel up and finally unlocked power. And that leaves us here. And welcome back. So we have a lot of stuff to do today, and yesterday we set up a water wheel over there, and that kind of got us sidetracked. But what I planned on doing was getting a bakery, and I think that's what we're going to start off with. Over there you can see there's a bunch of ruins, and I plan on flattening that area out just ever so slightly. I'm not going to do what I did up here, but we need a little bit of room to work with. And then I want to put a giant bakery just right there. Then I want a path from our doorway over there. I want it to wrap around this retaining wall, go all the way down this way. It'll meet up with the bakery over there, and maybe we even make it go towards our bee farm and the cattails. Not that I think that we even need that until next spring, but it'd be cool to have and lay down some groundwork. That way we can actually get some stuff planned out. But another thing that I gotta show you guys is if I open up my map, you're gonna notice how quick it is. Everything is basically loaded in. It doesn't take 10 minutes to load down here. No, I'm starting to freeze. So quickly drop down my oven, some wood in there. We'll get it lit, and while I'm talking, we can warm up. But I'm gonna open up my map again, and if we go down, I noticed something right over here. You can see that this is granite, and I definitely think that this is chalk. By the way, directly to the right of it is a ruin, but over here to our right is where we marked down some stuff. And I think that tower ruin with all the locusts was like right here, pretty darn close to this. And of course our bauxite, which we collected, is over here to its left. And I want to go and check on that. Plus there's a whole bunch of sandstone over here and a ton on these as well. So I want to go and walk around on this and try to look for some flint before the snow comes. And that way we can work on getting some more iron. And not to mention, I would like to get some beehive kilns up. And of course, the steel furnace. So yeah, we definitely want some flint. By the way, look at the ice. And it does seem to be going to all the way over there. So there's a good chance that our raft is going to get blocked in. Although there doesn't seem to be any ice over here. And I kind of figured that this would get hit before the stuff over there, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, let's get on, and we're gonna go find that chalk over there, if that is what it is. And I'll see you once we're there. Okay, so that right behind me is where we're going, although we're going more this way, because the trader was over there, and we're gonna go borrow their bed real quick. Okay, here we are. Let's go in, and hopefully I can use your bed. Please let me? Yes. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the morning. And we're up. So yeah, I'm gonna hop back on the water, and I'll meet you guys over here, and I'll see what we find. Alright, so we're here, and let's hop off, and I believe it's directly in front of me. Okay, I think that's what it is. And it is chalk. Okay, this is huge. Well, medium-sized anyway. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot. I think it ends right about up there. But yeah, we can get some building blocks out of this. And not to mention, we can use it for lime later. But over here is that ruin. And I feel like we should just go and check on it real quick and see if we find anything. And wait, there's a whole bunch of ruins over there. Is that what I'm going to? No, not even. This is what I was going to. Well, we'll go and check on that on our way out. Oh, there's a wolf. Okay, tactical retreat this way. We're going around. Oh, look at all the bunnies. I still need to catch them. Perhaps we can try that today. We'll get some bunnies and then we'll get that started. I feel like that sounds like a plan. But this is the ruin. And I already see a whole bunch of shivers up there. There's one there, there's one over there, and yeah, they're gonna drop down on us. Either way, over here we go. Let's see if we can find like a torch holder or two, or anything else would be cool. Oh, they're dropping. Dude, either way, let's keep going. Dude, what is happening up there? I see a vessel, and of course, it's protected. You know what? We don't even need to see what's in that vessel. Ladder that goes down to nothing. Okay. And crap, we can't even get up there. Hold on, break it. Hey guys, how's it going? Where are you coming from? Come on, let me up, let me up, let me up. What is it? It's a tool vessel, of course it is. It's always a tool vessel. Oh, here's a ladder. We'll go up that. Nothing. And another tool vessel, of course, of course. Keep going. Gotta do some parkour. And here's a seed vessel. And it had 5 rice seeds. That's pretty good. And yeah, there's a drift over there. Some vessels. Not much else, though. But oh, there's some stuff down here. So hold on. We're gonna fall. Take a little bit of damage. It's fine. Here's a chest, an elk painting with a Jonas piece, some lore, and I think that was about it. Oh wait, another tool vessel. Okay, okay. Wait, ore vessel. And another tool vessel. And yeah, I don't see anything over there. I'm also starting to freeze, and we got some more ruins to check out. That isn't even our plan for right now. We need to go get flint. So we're gonna try to make this quick. And wait, there's something right here. What is this? Definitely seems like a better ruins ruin. There's a chest, a hummingbird mask, lackey shirt, a painting, Some lime, we'll take that. And I think that's it for out here. We got this stuff over here. Looks very cool, but no loot. And then we got a building over here. And there's even another one right here. So let's check it out first. Here's a chest, glasses, and some other junk. Anything else perhaps? I do not believe so. Okay, we got to check out this next. It's like barred up. Can we break that? No, we can just walk through. Okay. And what do we have here? A ladder that goes up. And do we got a blueprint? It'd be really cool to see one. But yeah, I don't see any loot up here. And I might be missing something. Either way, let's hop out. And I think we're about done here. Oh, wait, there's a torch holder. We'll take that. And oh, there's a trader. Dang, there's so much stuff around here. So let's go in. And who do we have? A furniture trader. Very cool, but we're heading out. So anyway, let's head on over here and we'll check out the village before we leave. Okay, here it is. Looks very cool. We'll do one house at a time. This house seems empty. And oh, what is happening right now? We're in like a sandstorm. Really cool, but let's go in. We got a chest. Nothing in it. A crock. And there's a staircase that goes up. So let's do so. And apparently there's a skeleton on this bed. But yeah, I don't exactly see it. And that seems to be about it for up here. So let's head back out. And I guess we'll check out this one next. Let's see. Okay, it is also buried in. And it seems like it's the same one every time. I could be wrong about that. And no, this is definitely the same one. So how about this one? And not much going on so far. Over here was definitely empty as well. So I guess we have one last place to check out. A bunch of shingles, very cool. And same thing for over here. But yeah, I don't see anything else. I'm sure we'll see it again. We got to come back for the chalk a different day. But for now, we can leave. We're gonna go check this out. We need to find some flint. Although I think that none of this is actually flat. So what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here. And there is a giant desert over here. And I feel like that should be flat. Is that something right there? I'm not sure. But I do think that this is our best bet. And we even got 2 traders over here to sleep out the night. I know it feels like we just slept. But yeah, winter gets dark pretty quickly. Either way, I'm gonna head on over and I'll see you there. Alright, we're here. I don't see any bears off rip. So let's hop off. And we're just gonna head straight to the trader. And look, oh wait, that's lead. That's flint. I feel like I should mark this down regardless. I wonder if I can do the color thing again. Like, what if I do blue? No. Is it just copper? I feel like white would be chalk. Oh, if you do this, it's lead. All right, well, let's save it. And let's head over to the trader right away. How far is it? It's actually quite far. And to my right, where the mountain was. Either way, we're going to head on over. And we're going to try to find a bunch of flint on the way. Luckily, there does seem to be a bunch right here. Although I feel like I should dig down. I think what we discovered before is that if we see a bunch of flint, there's a good chance that there's a vein under it. But yeah, I don't see any for this one. And I don't want to dig down too far. I didn't even bring ladders. That was a bit of a mistake. But yeah, there's so much flint. And we're going to grab as much as possible. Plus, we're in a pine forest, so we can also grab some resin. And that sounds like a plan. But again, the first thing that we're doing is we're going straight to the trader. It's about to be real dark real soon. But this is the trader. So let's find the door. Let's go in. I keep leaving it open. I'm such a bad guest. But let's go down and let's head to bed. And we're up. So back up we go. And let's head back to the desert. By the way, I already have 62 flint from this. And we were in there for such a short time. So I expect to get a ton today. Or at least I hope so. Okay, here it is. So I'm just going to walk around and I'm going to try to pick up as much as I can. Oh God, there's a freaking bear. How did he not hit me? And why did he stop? Dude, I am so confused. Anyway, I'm going to go back to this. I'm just going to stay away from the bear. Don't you worry, I plan on getting some brown bears later today. But for now, we're here for the flint. And there's so much of it. Look at all of this. It's crazy. This is what I was telling you guys. There's so much in these biomes. And I feel like I should dig down right here. And I think that's going to be the plan. Hold on, real quick. Let's see what's down here. And there's flint. This is what I was talking about. If you see a whole bunch of flint in one area, there's a good chance that there's a vein, kind of like copper. And yeah, we're going to be looking for these. Hold on, real quick. We have 120. And I already mined up some of this. But I'm going to go ahead and mine up all of it. And we're going to see how much it gives me. And there we go. That was over 100. And I feel like we got an entire stack out of this place. But let's hop up. Ooh, there's resin. I'll take that. And yeah, we're going to try to find another vein or two. See, I don't think that there would be any right here. But if we find another patch of like 5 or so, we're going to look. But anyway, I'm going to walk around. I'm going to try to get as much as I can. I'm starting to freeze, so that's the perfect time to do this. And I'm just going to cut back once we're ready to leave. Or if something happens. And I'll see you then. So hey, I found another vein. And it feels like the sun is starting to go down around 14 now. And yeah, that means that we only have a couple more hours of sunlight. And we already got so much. So we're just going to grab this and then I guess we're going to head out. And there we go. By the way, there seems to be so much more around here, and we definitely did not grab it all. Plus, I would assume that there's a bunch of veins around here, and I have no doubt that we'll be back. But anyway, let's head back to the boat. We really need to get this cooking as soon as possible. Okay, so here's the boat. So let's get going, and I'll see you guys back at the house. Alright, we're almost back, and I had to show you guys something. Look, the lights up there, they're still going. I feel like they should be burnt out by now. Weren't we just out for like 2 days? Either way, let's hop off, and we gotta get up to the base. By the way, I'm so shocked that we haven't seen snow yet, and I know it exists. See, right up here is snow. All we're seeing is a little bit of ice around our base, and perhaps we put the dock over here, so maybe that'll be better. But either way, let's head in, and now we gotta find our fire break. There's 14 and 39 in there, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make a couple bloomeries. Okay, 4 should do it. We can go ahead and drop them down. There we go. And if I'm correct, I believe we can fill it up with flint, and yes, we can. Although it just seems to be about 24. I was hoping for a bit more, but whatever. I think my charcoal's in here, and yes it is, only 15. Okay, that is gonna be a problem. So I guess we can go ahead and do 2. Either way, they're all lit up, and we'll grind it up later. But let's go upstairs, and let's head to bed. And we're up. Don't worry guys, it's just a little bit of cold. We will survive. Just get some logs in, and get it lit, and let's warm up real quick. Okay, we stopped shaking. So let's head upstairs real quick. And we're gonna climb around the roof. That way we can just hop up here. And yes, I could have used the ladders, but that was way more fun. But anyway, what I think I'm gonna get to next is the bakery. I think we have just about everything that we need, and it's not gonna be too complex, but I really need a place to start baking in. We need some space, and we're finally gonna get to it. So that's the plan. We're just gonna dig up this little small area. We're gonna add a retaining wall and a small building to bake in. So I'm gonna get to it, and I'll see you guys in just a few. And welcome back. So we made a bakery, and no, it's nowhere near done. Let's do a quick fall. A little bit of damage never hurt anybody, and let's go in real quick. This is what we have to work with. I don't think I really showed you guys it. This is the same wall that's inside of my base, so I just copy pasted it, and it potentially will get worked on. But for now, it's gonna do. We also got a staircase over here, which definitely needs a lot of work. And if we go upstairs, we got this giant room, and we even have this little staircase that goes up to this window. And if you're wondering why I made such a weird window up here, and that's because I want a windmill up here, and I think it would be so cool to have it. We can also get pretty good access to it. And in the top room up here, I plan on doing an automatic quern, and its entire purpose is just going to be grinding up flour. That way we can turn it into bread. And then we also got some ladders up here which head up to the roof, and here we are. Nothing too special, but I do like this bit over here, and now I can just stand up here and ponder. And yeah, I really like walking around on top of my roofs, so I thought that this would be perfect for me, and I think it looks pretty cool. Definitely shakes things up a little bit. Let's hop through the window. And we only took a bit of damage. And of course, we also got our path that leads up to the base, which I got another thing to show you guys. So let's head up. And right over here, I made a very temporary staircase. That way I didn't have to walk around every time when I was trying to get stuff for this. And yeah, the bakery from this side really does not look good, and we need to put some more work into it. What I'm thinking about doing is adding another big window on this side. Kind of like this right here, but I think I want it to start at the corner and then go up. It'll be a really fat window, but we'll have a bunch more space to walk around on the roof up there, and I think it could look pretty cool. Either way, let's head into the base because I have something to show you. First of all, we did get 2 paintings, and I decided to put them up there, but if I look to my right, we did add a door, and it is very basic, and now we don't have to walk around our entire building every time we want to go into the storage room. And thank you for that suggestion. I definitely think it was needed. But anyway, that's pretty much all that I did. I'm pretty happy with this building so far, and it's gonna need a bunch more work, but I think we stuck to the theme pretty well, and it definitely looks pretty unique. Some more windows on the bottom floor would definitely be nice too. One of the main issues right now is I don't think it would be good to put one over here, because if I want to put a big one on this wall right here, we have the staircase directly in the way. And then over here, this is the corner that we're actually going to be baking in, so I'm not exactly sure what we're going to need for space wise, and that's why I don't have any windows. And then of course this is the back wall, and it's going to need a ton of work itself. And now we just got to get our stone bake stuff in here, which by the way is another mod that we have, and it's called stone bake oven, which means that we need to get some blocks up and going, and I figured I would do it with you guys, that way you weren't completely out of the loop. But yeah, that's going to require some copper. There is a whole bunch of them too, so we don't just have to go with chalk. We can just do like cobblestone, and there's a couple pieces to it, this one being the heat source, so that's going to be 2 on its own. Then of course we're going to need the baking space, and that requires a copper plate as well, which if I had to guess, I think that we're going to need like 8 or maybe even more. I'm not entirely sure. So let's say that we need like 10 copper plates right now, and we need to get that going right away. Plus of course we're going to need some sort of torches in here, and we got 2 floors to light up as well. I feel like we could get away with 3 lanterns in here, maybe in here as well, and I don't think that we have any candles to work with, so we might have to make some torch holders. By the way, I have one more thing to show you guys, and I need to head up to the water wheel to show you, so I'll meet you over there. Okay, here we are, and you know I had a hard time finding it simply because it's so quiet. Look at this, or listen to it. Yes, I can actually go over here, I can talk. I'm not gonna go insane listening to all this, and no, I'm not doing this with editing. It's actually how it is, and that's because you guys suggested accessibility tweaks, and if we go over to the sound section, we can actually go and change each sound, and that's exactly what I did. I lowered the wheel and the rapids, and it's so much better now. Perhaps I should probably make it a little bit louder, but this is definitely better than what it was. And if there's anything like that in the future, we can always go and tweak it, like the cicadas that I hate so much. The next time I hear it, it's getting muted, and I'm so happy about that. But anyway, let's head back to the base, and we need to get working on the stone bake oven stuff, and we'll finally be able to cook up a ton of food in bulk, and that's gonna make my life so much easier. Hey, we're able to go through this door now. I didn't even have to walk around. So yeah, again, thank you so much for that suggestion. That is just gonna be so nice. Also, I got one more thing to show you guys, and I'm so excited to do so. If you guys noticed, we have a lot of water in this world, and that means that we're gonna be looking at it more than most people. And now once we do so, it looks so incredibly good. Look, you can actually see the reflection of the mountain in the water, and if we go this way, you can see our entire bare island is all reflected as well. Plus, the water just looks so dang cool. Look at the sun bouncing off of it. Unlike a lot of other mods that affect the water, there's practically no noise inside of the water, and it just looks so insanely good. This might be one of my favorite shaders I've ever seen, and while it's not fully out right now, I'm getting to test it out a bit early, but I'm gonna put it on the screen now if you guys are interested. And yeah, tell me if you guys like it or not. I definitely want to keep it. Like, look at the trees on the ice. But if you notice, everything else is mostly the same, and it isn't going against the vanilla art. This mod is just so insanely cool, and I'm thinking I'm gonna be keeping it around. So feel free to tell me your thoughts on it in the comments. And unfortunately, it's nighttime, so we're gonna have to wait. But in the morning, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out. I think my copper was over there, so we're gonna go and get a ton of copper. We're gonna use our helve hammer over there. We're gonna turn it into a bunch of plates. Then we're gonna start filling out the inside of our bakery. And yeah, we need to get that up as soon as possible. So what I think the plan is for tonight is we're just going to hang around, and tomorrow morning we are going to head right out. We need to go and get a ton of copper. And look, there's a rift right outside. Close, no longer an issue. So let's head upstairs real quick. Here we are. Let's go inside of our bedroom, and if you notice down here, the symbol is here. And as it turns out, it was just because of my door placement. Hold on, we'll get rid of it. And how I had it before is I think I had it on this block. And yes, as you can see, the symbol's not here. And if we remove it, and then we place it on this block, and then we go in, it is in fact here again. So yeah, as it turns out, it was just the door causing it. And now we finally have a room up here, and it'll be a little bit warmer. But let's go to bed, and I'll see you in the morning. And we're up. And luckily, we're not freezing. Look at that. And that's why we wanted this place to be a room. I'm very glad that we don't freeze every time we wake up. But yeah, I think that we have everything. We have a bunch of extra food. We got some ladders, a nice pickaxe to work with. And we're just going to head out right away. And we're going to go get some copper. Oh yeah, we should get some torches. So we're going to turn around real quick. Go back inside. We'll just go ahead and make a whole bunch. 1 stack should do it. We'll drop it into a fire pit. Drop some wood. Get it lit. And there we go. Now we just got to let it cook up. By the way, I've been sitting here for quite a while. I feel like we started with 30 logs, and yeah, we're already down 5, and look at the temperature. Why is it going up so slowly? I'm gonna need some more firewood. See, I was told that the campfires were fixed, and that's why I don't have the campfire mod. I feel like it was called like Better Fireplace or something. I feel like it's gonna take all 23 to get up to the temperature, and these start to cook up at 572, and we're down 7 logs. We're right about to be 8. That is wild. We're getting so close, and look how much wood we've burned through. And there is drifters outside. Hey, dude, you're basically inside. Look at his head. Can you hit me? Try it. Go for it. No? Okay, I guess he doesn't want to. Oh, there's another. Is there a rift up here? I can't tell. Hold on, let's go outside. And no. Very odd. I wonder where they're coming from. I don't even see a rift out here. Either way, not a big deal. Let's go inside. Hopefully the torches are actually burning. And let's see. No, not even yet. Half of the firewood is gone. I've never paid this much attention. I feel like 1 firewood should be enough to get it lit. But there we go. It's actually going. And now it's going pretty quickly. So I feel like we're going to be good. And there we go. So let's pick it up. We'll also take the firewood. And I'm also going to take our oven. The plan with that is we're going to be able to throw it down. And that's going to be our little heating source if we need it. But anyway, let's head down to the boat. Wow, that is bright. So I can turn that down, by the way. I feel like I didn't show that off. Hold on real quick. If we open up this menu, we get a ton of stuff to work with. And this is my water settings, by the way. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of settings, and I'm going to have to tweak it. So maybe we make the sun a little less bright. I feel like that'd be pretty helpful. And by the way, look at those boars. I wonder if there's a sow and a boar, and then we can go and pick them both up. We're going to have to try that. Either way, let's get on the raft, and we're going to get going. Look at the reflections. I just love how you can see the clouds in the water. You can see it's working with Farseer. None of that should be rendered in. That's all from the Farseer mod. And yeah, the mod is working perfectly with it. And I'm just absolutely loving this mod. So again, please let me know what you think. I don't see anybody having an issue with it. But I just want to make sure if you guys really dislike it, then I can take it off. But for right now, I'm just so hyped for it. It's really important for me on the water world that our water looks as good as it can. And I'd say it's doing just that. But anyway, I'm going to meet you guys over by the mine shaft. And I'll see you there. Okay, we're just about here. And I'm so sorry. I got to do this again. Look at the water. It's so cool. Anyway, let's hop off. Oh, I can already tell that I grabbed some sand from here, and we're probably gonna have to do it again. But luckily, we did go ahead and de-bear this island. I think there was like 1 bear right where I'm standing. And where's my dirt henge? There it is. By the way, yeah, I just really like that name. Dirt henge it is. Or at least we could say that about ones that we haven't used in a while. Maybe when we're currently using it, it could be called the rage cage. And then after it gets left for a while, it's the dirt henge. But here's the ladder. We gotta go all the way down. And isn't this where I was getting my iron? Hold on. It does say decent copper. Oh yeah, it's because we found a tiny bit of iron here and we got really lucky and it was bountiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep digging down once we reach it, and hopefully under it will be some copper. So we're going to grab as much as we can. But here's the iron. And yeah, there's still a whole bunch here for us. I'm sure we'll be back. We go all the way down. And if I'm correct, this is where we got our copper. And we're just going to dig straight down and hopefully we get lucky. Oh, here we go. And it's rich. Oh, and is there iron? What the? It's also bountiful. How lucky could I be? Hopefully there's a whole bunch of this though. And yes, it does seem like there's so much bountiful iron. This is just so nuts. So either way, I'm gonna try to pick up a whole bunch of copper. We're not here for the iron right now. We'll come back at a different day and I'm gonna get to it. And if I don't feel like it's enough, we're gonna go and find another vein. I want to get fully stacked up on it, especially now that we got the helve hammer. We should be able to make a ton of plates and it shouldn't be that much of an issue. So I'm gonna get to work and I'll see you guys in just a few. And there we go. I feel like that was everything in this vein, and that was about 2,100 plus another 50, and that's about 10 plates, but that is not going to be enough. I wish I brought my prospecting pick. We could easily tell if there was some more. Oh, we just found some, but I doubt it's going to be a lot. Okay, we got 2, and I think that was about it. Yeah, I didn't expect to find another vein right here. But hey, now we're up another plate. But either way, what we're going to do is we're going to go back up to the surface. Because if you notice, my temporal stability is going down pretty quickly. And we need to go and refill our gear. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go right down to that block right there. And we're just going to continue to dig down. And maybe we can find another vein. Okay, we're up. The sun is still up too, which is very cool. By the way, look at the little lens flare on my screen. That is pretty neat. Although, like I said, we can always go and just turn that off, which is exactly what I'm going to do. It is very cool, but I'd just rather not. And yeah, we're just going to run this way. We're just looking for a stable area, which it seems like something that this place doesn't have, which is a little bit sad. So yeah, I think that we got to hop on our boat and then just swim away. And maybe then we can find some stable waters. Here it is. Let's hop on and let's find a stable place to set up. So I feel like this is a good spot to just chill out because we're going right back. And yeah, I'm just gonna wait for a minute and I'll see you guys in a few. Okay, we made it back up to 100%. That definitely took a while. The moon is coming up as well. But anyway, let's head on back. We need to find some more. All right, here's the ladder. So let's head on down and we got to make this quick. This seems to be like the most unstable land I've ever seen, which means that we're in a bit of a rush. So here's the bottom and we're just going to continue on down and hopefully there's another vein. We shall see. Oh, okay, there's the mantle. We didn't even go that far. So yeah, we got to head back up and then we got to make another tunnel. But we're also running out of ladders. So hopefully we don't have to go too deep. All right, we're up. So we're just going to move over. There's our original ladder. I feel like this should be fine, so right here shall do. Again, we only got about 32 ladders. Also, something I was thinking about, in QP Chisels, there is a tool called the ladder maker, and what it does is it turns any block into a ladder. So potentially what I could do is instead of bringing ladders, I could just bring the tool, and then I could turn these stone blocks into ladders, and I feel like that could be pretty cool. But let me know what you think about that. That might be a little bit too cheap, so potentially I won't do that. Okay, I feel like we gotta stop here. Watch, there's probably copper right here. Hold on. We'll dig down a couple. And nope. Okay, we didn't get lucky. But yeah, I feel like we're running out of ladders very quickly. And I don't want to be stuck in a hole. So let's head on up. And here we go. Yeah, we only had about 5 to spare. And either way, I feel like we're good for now. We should be able to make about 11 plates. That should at least get us going. That way we can actually use the bakery. And we'll be back once we need some more for lanterns and such. But again, we don't have any bees going. So it's not like we were getting any lanterns today. And yeah, this is why we need some greenhouses. Either way, I'm going to head back to the house. And I'll see you there. And we're back. So let's hop off. I got to remember, put the word back on. There we go. And let's head up to the house. And we're back. So let's grab the crucible. We'll go ahead, place it right there. And we need some charcoal. Luckily, if we come over here, you're gonna notice that we have a bunch. And it was a 3x3, so we should have plenty to work with here. And we're gonna go ahead and pick it all up and see how much we get out of it. And there we go. 153 should be more than enough, and I shall not have to worry about it for another couple days. We shall see. So let's crush up all the copper. There we go. It's already in there. But we're gonna get a spread. We'll drop a whole bunch of charcoal in. I gotta remember to pick it back up. I do not want to waste that much. In just a little bit, that'll be cooked up. And I gotta find all my molds. I feel like this is the common issue. But we're gonna fill this up. And somewhere around there is a bunch of ingot molds. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's grab them all. We even have some extra copper in there. I think we need about 22 of these. So let's try to get them all down. And there we go. So I'm just gonna let this go. And I'll be right back. And there we go. So let's take that. Let's make sure to take the charcoal. And then we're gonna come right over here. And let's get it poured. And there we go. We can go and plop this down over here. And now we just gotta wait. And real quick, we also gotta grab our stuff over here. Like our bellows, our forges, the anvil. And I feel like that's everything I need. And yeah, I think that is. And when these are done, we're gonna go back to our helve hammer over there, and we're gonna turn all these into plates. Also, something that we should do while we're doing this is start working on gear ratios, which does mean that we need some large gears. And oh yeah, that's gonna take a bunch of resin. Okay, fair enough. Let me find everything, and then we're gonna make a couple, if we can, that is. So I went ahead and grabbed everything. I feel like we should have most of the stuff needed. So we need about 4 of these for 1 large gear, but I want to get about 2 of them. And oh, we're out of sticks. Oh, there's 23. I can also grab some large wood. Cut that up into firewood, turn that into sticks, and there we go. We should have plenty. Okay, 2 more, and that's all that we can make. Hopefully we don't need more resin, but I feel like we might. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to make gears. So yeah, we're gonna have to go and find some very soon. Okay, so I think the new plan is we're gonna head out and we're gonna try to find a bunch of resin. Luckily, there still is no snow, and I'm seriously confused right now. It is January 5th, and I haven't seen a single thing of snow. Over here, the rainfall in this area is common, yet I don't think it's rained over here even once. It was raining over there quite a bit though. And I should have no mods that affect the weather, and I'm seriously confused right now. We got plenty of food and we got plenty of time. And I think we're gonna go over to the Bear Island and we're gonna go and see if we can find some resin over there. By the way, one of you suggested that I make a giant bear statue on that place. And I really like the idea. I feel like it would be perfect right there because we can see that from most of our place over here. And it'd be really cool to have like a giant bear statue right here. But also, that'd take a lot of time and a lot of work, and I'm not in a rush to do it. But that is a long-term goal for me, and eventually we might get to it. But let's head on over. And by the way, still no ice over here, but there is a bunch on that side. I'm wondering why it's not on this side though, but hey, that makes it easier for me. I'm sorry to do this to you guys again, but look at the water. Especially with it being orange up there and it's actually showing the orange. It just looks so insanely cool. I promise I'll stop saying that soon. But every time I see it, I just want to go, look at it. Anyway, let's get off. We're here. Now I'm just going to look around for a bunch of resin. Okay, so just a small update before it gets too dark. I have been at this for quite a while, and things are starting to slow down, but I did find 10, and if we open up my map, we started from all the way up here, and I've basically been doing zigzags all the way down, and I think we just about got it all. Although there seems to be like none over here, and there's the farm! You guys remember our first farm? We even got a fire pit, everything. There's even fennel! Fully grown fennel! Okay, I'll take it. 18 right there, too. That's pretty sweet. But either way, I think we're out of resin. And I think that's about it for over here. So what I think we're going to do is we're just going to head back to the raft. Then we're going to try to use what we got and see if it gets us far. And if not, we'll go find another pine forest to go check out. Luckily, they seem to be everywhere. So I don't think that's going to be very difficult. Alright, here's the raft. Let's hop on and let's head back to the base. And we're back. So let's head up to the storage room. I want to see how far 10 gets us. And I want to know if we need to head back out. Which I fully expect to be the case. Back in we go. I stored everything in here conveniently, so I feel like we were trying to make the large gears first, but we do need some axles. That means that we need some logs. Do I happen to have any in here? A lot of this becomes my dump chest and then I just never look at it again. But I feel like I took it all. And yeah, that seems to be the case. By the way, real quick while we're here, I wanted to mention something because a lot of people keep mentioning my lack of organization. Now, I showed off a mod a really long time ago. And what it did was allow you to put like a storage controller inside of your storage room. And that way you can interact with all your chests in one singular area. So eventually we'll have some sort of storage controller right in the middle. And we'll be able to look at everything. We'll be able to search it through text. And it'll make it a lot easier. So don't worry about organizing, because I know I won't. Anyway, here's some logs. That should do it. Back this way, through our back door, and back into our storage room. Now we can make some axles. We'll get a whole bunch, because I have no doubt that we're going to need it. And then we need to make the gears. So 1 and 2. So now I think that we need the small gears. So we're just going to make a whole bunch. Again, we'll use it all eventually. And I feel like that's everything that we need. So we'll just put everything back. We do need the tongs, the forge, the bellows, the anvil, the coal, and of course the copper. So let's head back to the house and let's grab all the ingots that we just made. And there we go. Let's pick up all the molds real quick and we'll get them stored away right away. I don't want things to get too cluttered in here, even though it totally is already. Either way, let's head up and let's go to bed. I'll close the door in my sleep. And we're up. Anyway, let's head on over to the water wheel. And here we are. So the first thing that we got to do is we got to get rid of all this. And now we need to work with gear ratios. So let's see if I remember how to do this. It's been quite a while since I've had to do it, but we'll make it work. So I feel like I should place one like right here. Grab an axle. Put it like that. Can I not? There we go. Do I need an axle like that? No, I don't think so. So gear there. And yes, it's working. Now you can see it's going a lot quicker. And that is exactly what we want. And we could stop here, but why would we? So we're going to have a gear. It needs to be attached like this. We'll put one there. And we need to dig out a little bit more this way. Okay, so I dug out a 3x3. We'll place that down. Get another axle like that. Dirt on top. Gear there. And look how quick it's going. And I kind of expect that this isn't going to be enough for that. But what we could do is we could work on this a bit more. And I feel like if I just do that, it should work. Nope. Hold on. We need to place one like that. And we need it to go on the water wheel. So hold on. Like that. And yes, I think that's exactly what we wanted. And it says that it's only getting 3 right now. So hold on. What if we did this? Is it going to get more? We can probably stop it like that as well. And I feel like this should be about perfect. Wait, there's a block under it. How about now? Now it only says 2. Okay, so what if I remove these? Is it going to go up? No, it still says 2. Okay, I put that back. Still says 2. It's not going up. We only made it worse. It still says 2. Okay, what if I get rid of this? Now it says 1. Oh, look, it completely stopped. I feel like I just keep making it worse and worse. If I put that, though, it is back to 2. Interesting. I don't think I'm learning anything right now. I'm just kind of doing things and hoping that it works. And it doesn't seem to be working out for me. Okay, so before I had this gone, and I added this stuff as well. So now we're back to 1. Anyway, I'm going to work with this for a little bit. And I'm going to see if I can get it anywhere better. Because right now, this is just so bad. Okay, so what I assume is happening is it's not properly telling me the right stuff. Because right now, it says only 1 block is nearby. Yeah, when it goes to 1 block, it usually tops out. and then everything stops moving. So I think it's actually more than one block, and it's not properly updating. That is my guess. But either way, we're going to try it out as is. I want to see if this can actually do a helve hammer. I kind of doubt it, but I do think that we can get away with this one. Okay, so one axle here. We'll get a gear on it. We'll place the base back here. Toggle goes there. Let's see, helve hammer on top. And look at that. Oh, it stopped. Dang, I was really hoping that would go. But let's go check on this real quick. Still says nearby sources 1. How is that possible? I want to harness the full power of this. At least 2 would be nice, you know? That's all I'm saying. Oh, wait, it says 3. Maybe you shouldn't have blocks on the outside like that. It still says 3. I'm starting to freeze too. But either way, 3 doesn't seem to be enough. And I think we're just going to remove this second gear. So let's get the toggle down. It's still going. Helve hammer on top. And it's actually working. And it's so much quicker than the one that we had up last time. So let's get the anvil down. And now it should be hammering. By the way, this is a perfect time to show you guys something. You'll notice it's very loud, but I can open up this menu right here. I'm going to do show only current sounds. And we're going to go to the anvil hit over here. I'm going to reduce it a whole bunch. And apparently there's a whole bunch of them over here. So we're going to lower all of them. And it's already so much quieter. I can actually stand next to it and it doesn't give me a headache. This is amazing. Anyway, that's why I'm using this mod. That in the water wheel, of course. And I'm sure many more things in the future. Like if we hear cicadas, they are definitely getting muted. But either way, our helve hammer is up. It does seem to be going a lot quicker. So we're going to drop down all of our copper. And crap, my torches are out. Okay, let's get some sticks. And we need some grass, but I don't have a knife. Okay, back to the house. And we'll light up a torch over there. Okay, so we're back. Can I light a torch like that? I can't. But I can place it down, light one off of it, and there we go. Get a torch back up there. We'll just go over to the fire pit real quick, throw some boards in, and let's get them lit. I've already taken so much damage from cold. How is my armor doing, by the way? Oh yeah, it's completely ruined, although it's still giving heat. That is actually really cool. But the clothes, on the other hand, are barely giving anything at all, except for the fur clothes, of course. But yeah, we could use some new pants, a new shirt, a poncho if we can, and I guess the hood doesn't give heat. But there we go, we're warmed up. So let's head back, even though it's right about to become nighttime. The forges will keep me warm, and hopefully nothing attacks us. But we're back, and look at it go. That is just awesome to see. So let's heat up the copper. We're gonna do that right away, and there we go. Oh, you know what? We'll throw down the bellows as well. Not that we're even gonna need it, but I think it makes it warmer even quicker and speeds up the process. Note, this one is definitely a lot hotter than this one, and I started this one last. So it should be behind right now, and yeah, it's definitely ahead. Although it doesn't seem that worth it to do this unless you're really, really impatient. But hey, it's an option. Anyway, these have heated up. Oh crap, didn't have tongs. Let's pick them up. Let's hop up. Place it, and we need some plates. Look at it go. And I'm so glad I can actually have you guys with me while I'm watching this. Normally I gotta cut away because of the sound, but yeah, it's actually manageable. And look at that, that was so quick. Let's grab 2 more. It's hard to hop up here. Hold on, dirt. Let's make this easier. Okay, place it down, plate, place another, and it goes so quick, and it's working so well. Oh, that one's done. Let's grab 2 more, place it down, plates, and there we go. So anyway, guys, I'm just gonna get them all done before we go back, and I'll see you guys once we do, unless we get attacked, which I assume is gonna happen anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna get to it, and I'll see you guys in just a few. And there we go. That was the last one. We'll put it down. Why is it 15? Oh yeah, we had some extra, okay. I was like, I swear it should have been 11. But anyway, that's all of it. And now we got 15 extra plates to work with, which is immediately gonna go right into the bakery. So let's head home, and we're gonna get it started. And we're back. So for the bakery stuff, of course, it's a stone bake oven, which we're just gonna look up real quick. And it does accept ashlar, but I think we can also do it with like cobble. And yes, we can. But it is gonna require some fire clay. That's a bit unfortunate. But luckily, we did cook up some flint. And oh yeah, we should get the rest going as well. So let's fill it up with charcoal and let's get it lit. And there we go. And now we have to grind it up. So let's get it done. By the way, real quick, I need to show you guys something. And I kind of showed it off when I was getting grass. But yeah, as it turns out, if you just hit escape, and then you can even hit it again, and your character will just do it on itself. You don't need alt tab. You just hit escape and it automates it for you. So yeah, we got 2 options to do it. Anyway, be right back. There we go. We got plenty of flint, and now we just need a bunch of clay. Luckily, I happen to know where some is, but unfortunately, we're gonna make the place look a little bit ugly. But we'll get over it. And by the way, this is why we need to get some permanent lighting in there. It is so dark. I wonder if anything's in it. Hello? Anybody in here? I'm just gonna throw down a couple of torches. Don't mind me. Coming up. Okay. I think it's safe. So yeah, just a couple of torches up here. And back out we go. So here's the clay. We don't need to grab too much, but we do need some. And hey, we're getting flowers out of this too. And we shall relocate it later. Okay, surely that's plenty. We just got about 2 stacks. So let's get it spread. And let's turn it into fire clay. There we go. So let's head back in. And I closed the door on me. Oh, I did it again. Okay, now we're in, and now we need some sort of cobblestone to make this. Luckily, we got a whole bunch of peridotite on hand. But oh, I don't think that we can do that. There seems to be some, but I don't know if we can make it with any kind. But I think it needs to be one of these 3. So claystone, sandstone, limestone. I think we should have some sandstone. Well, there's 19, so let's get some cobble up. So let's get it made, and there we go. Now we need some T-junctions, which yeah, we're gonna need some polished rock, and we're also gonna need some cobblestone. So what I think we're gonna do next is we're gonna go down here again. We're just gonna grab a little bit of sandstone, although I feel like we should have more. Either way, we need to go and we need to relieve a block. That way we can polish it, and that should be pretty simple. So let's get rid of everything again, and let's head to the raft. Here it is. So let's hop on, and I'll meet you guys over by the sandstone. Hey, so we're not quite there yet, but I had to show you guys something. Look, that's where I got my borax. That was like weeks and weeks ago. The torch is still going. I think if I were to go close, it would go out. And yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. All right, we're here. So let's hop off. And I think the desert's like right out in front of me. And yes, it's already starting. I bet you I find flint right away. There's no flint. Here's flint. Proof. Proof of what? I don't know. But I found it. Okay, are we all safe around here? I think we are. So let's go ahead and dig down. And there it is. The sandstone we've been looking for so long. So let's try to dig down so we don't have a bunch of gravel falling on us. I'm not exactly sure how much we're going to need. So we're just going to grab a whole bunch. That way I don't even have to worry about it. And of course, we're going to have to relieve some blocks. I don't know how many we need either. But we'll grab some. Oh, there's gravel. It's fine. There's one relief block. And yeah, we really need the quarry mod sometime soon. But I feel like I should wait until I get steel. Just so I make the plugs and I only have to make them once. And that sounds like a plan. Okay, there's 11. Hopefully that'll do it. We also got a bunch of sandstone, which we can turn into cobble. So back to the boat we go. And let's head to the house. And we're back. Throw down the ore, and back up to the house we go. And here we are. Okay, do I have any wood whatsoever? We got more boards. Oh, this fire's still going. Okay, just replenish the fire, and let's warm up real quick. Okay, back to the storage room. Here's all of our stuff. We'll polish all the sandstone. Then we need to make some of the T-junctions. Crap! It requires actual rock. We just spent all of our rock. Oh, that's not good. How about the other ones? And no, I don't think that we're gonna get away with those. So we're gonna need some rock. And you know what? I'm not gonna make you guys sit through it. I'm just gonna go and get it. And I'll meet you guys back over here once we're ready. Oh, the boar, he made it over. Hey, buddy, don't mind me. Just walking by. Anyway, I'll meet you guys back with all the required stuff. And I'll see you then. And welcome back. Yeah, I'm a little bit cold. However, I think I got everything that we needed. At least I really hope so. I don't want to have to do that again. So let's get to crafting. I think we were trying to make some T-junctions. So let's go ahead and make a whole bunch. We'll say 8 for now. This is what we're going to be cooking on. So let's go ahead and make 8 as well. We need to polish up some stone if we need anything else. But we're just going to hold on to that for now. And if we need to make something, then we will. So let's go back to the bakery. And here we are. We'll close the gate. How's the torches? 20 more hours? That's completely fine. Let's start putting this together. You know what? I'll get rid of the torches over here just to make it a little bit easier. So directly in the middle, we want to place this. It is the heat source. We throw our firewood into it, and then you can see on the sides, it's got these little holes, and that's where the T-junctions come in. If we place it like this, you can see that this is open. The back part is not. So anything behind it isn't going to receive heat, but this block in front of it will. And same thing with this side. However, on the side, we're going to place some more of them. And we got to do the same thing on this side as well. So there we go. We got 2 more, so we might as well finish it up. There we go. And now all we got to do is we got to get the baking space. And we got to put them in front of them. Just like that. Okay, some torches would be nice. Although I can't really get them too close, so there we go. And ideally we should be set up, but I'm having a little bit of difficulty trying to make it look nice. And I don't even know if I can, to be honest. Like if I wanted to cover up this back spot over here and we place a block on, you can see that it actually doesn't connect up with it, so there's no way of hiding it. Same thing with on top of this. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to do with this, to be honest. Maybe we put some cabinets behind here. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what we want to do over here. But for now, we're just going to leave it as is. And we're finally ready to cook. So hold on, we're gonna go back to our storage room. We're gonna depot some stuff. Then we're gonna test it out on a whole bunch of bread. So back over here, we can just dump everything in. And we have to go grind some grain. You know, we could get the windmill up right now. And it could do all the automatic quartering. Yeah, I feel like we should, right? Maybe? Okay, let's see what we can do about that. So, do I still have some axles? I feel like I should. There's 11. We also got some gears. And we also got the big gear. Although I don't think that we need it right now. So it's just going to be put back for now. So we got most of the stuff. We're also going to need a rotor. And we're just doing the small one. So that's going to require some resin and some fat. Hopefully I still have some maybe. 3 fat, 5 resin. We even have some logs, stuff like that. And there we go. There's 1 rotor, and that should be all that we need except for the sails themselves, which basically the only thing that we don't have is the linen, and that is super simple. Plus we had a ton of flax, and it's kind of spread out everywhere, but I'm gonna go ahead and find it all. Okay, so this is what I found. Maybe there might be more, but for now it's gonna do. We're just gonna turn all that into flax. We're gonna turn all that into flax twine, then we're gonna turn that into linen. Okay, so let's get it laid out. And there we go. We got about 16. I'm not exactly sure if that's going to be enough, but it'll definitely get us started. Luckily, it's still safe. So I think the plan is we want it to be at this block right here. So I think we need to do is we need a block where I'm standing. Then we get the rotor, we place it, and I believe that's in the right place. We just got to remove those blocks. I can't get to it. I'm going to have to do it from the outside. Oh, I could hop down from the roof. Okay, that works perfectly. So let's get some axles. We're just going to bring it out. There we go. I wish it was 1 block taller to the roof, but we got to do what we got to do. And what I think I can do is we're going to go to the middle just like this, place down that, and we're going to have that connect up with this so we can try to get some extra speed. So 1 axle there, 1 there, and then gear. I think that should make this a little bit quicker. At least I hope so anyway. Let's get rid of that. And we'll put an axle there. Plus 1 gear. Okay, so let's go get the quern. Here it is. Let's just break it. And yeah, look at that block. Hold on, let's go up. We're going to get rid of it and we might as well place the sails. So get rid of that. Get the sails out. And let's get them placed. And there we go. I feel like we can fit like 1 more set on it. But we're just going to leave it as is. How does it look? Yeah, I think it actually looks pretty cool. It's a little bit odd. It's not my normal windmill design, but I definitely like it. And if you notice, we're pretty high up from the water, so it should be getting some decent speed. And we really didn't need a big tower on the top. So here we go. Look at it go. It's going so quickly. Let's get this down. Did I put that in the right spot? I don't think so. So hold on. We'll put it 1 over. Get the logs and axles back out. We'll do it like that. 1 axle going in. And this needs a log under it. That way we can attach a gear. And yes! No, it stopped! Okay, so I don't think that we're going to be getting away with this. Unless, like, the wind is going really slow. Which it actually is. It's like 40 to 50%. So ideally, this could still work if we had some good wind conditions. But for right now, it's definitely not. So one way I think we can get around this is if we place an axle right here. And then we pick that back up. We shall remove that one as well. And put the quern right here. And yes, it does work. It's not going insanely quick, but hey, it's better than me doing it. So let's drop that in, and now it should just do it itself. And don't you worry, guys. Eventually, we'll fully automate it, but for now, we really don't need to worry about that. And just doing 1 stack at a time is completely fine. So anyway, let's just let that go for a little bit, and we'll be back to collect the flour, and then we're gonna do some cooking. But yeah, we're gonna need a bunch of flour. If I'm correct, I think all these can do about 4 each, so we might be able to cook up like 32 in 1 go. So yeah, we're gonna need a bunch of flour to actually test this out, but it's gonna be so awesome once we do. And you know what? While we're doing that, we can also get a permanent water source in here. That way I don't have to keep running back to the house for water. So I think that sounds like a plan. Okay, we need a bucket. And there's one right there. So let's just break this, grab some water, and let's head back to the bakery. Okay, here we are. So the plan is we're just going to drop down a regular block. I'm going to take out my chisel. We're going to hit R. And I already showed you guys this, but this is the better chisel if you guys forgot. What we're going to do is we're going to go to height max. Width is going to be 1. Depth is going to be 1. Hammer in my offhand. And the plan is that we're going to hollow this out. That way we can put some water into it. And there we go. The block has been completely hollowed out, and there's only 1 voxel going all the way around. Now, if I take my bucket, we control click, it holds it, and now we got a permanent water source inside of our bakery. And later on, we'll go and customize it a little bit. I don't really think that this fits the theme. So yeah, it's gonna need some work. But for now, it's infinite water. Let's go back up here, and we got 33. So let's start turning it into bread. I should have brought my stack of buckets, but it's fine. We can do this multiple times. And there we go. So let's get our firewood out and let's test it out. So we drop a whole bunch of firewood into here. If I'm correct, I feel like it can just take infinite amounts. But either way, I'm going to drop a whole stack, even though it definitely does not need it. Then we take out our torch, we give it a light, and now it's heating up. And if we look at these, you can also see the temperature rising, and eventually it's going to spread to each one of these blocks. And we're going to get 4 on each. And there we go. That was all of our bread, except for one. We'll cook that later, don't you worry. Either way, they're all cooking, and now we just gotta wait. And there we go. I do believe it's all cooked, and it sure is, so let's pick it all up. And there we go. So yeah, we pretty much cooked up a full stack, and it's still going, and it's actually gonna go for quite a while longer. And this thing is so incredibly nice. We don't need like 10 fireclay ovens and all the work that comes with lighting them, because that's a massive pain. And man, this thing is so nice. So anyway, that's why I like this mod so much. It truly is awesome, and we're going to be using it from here on out. And now that we got our food situated, I think it's finally time to start working on the workshop. I'm not exactly sure what I have planned for up there, but what I do know is that we need some sort of way to get up there, and we need a path that leads all the way from here to over there, and it needs to be easy to traverse. And then we need a building that can house our pulverizer and helve hammer, and I think that should be a lot of fun. So that being said, guys, I'm gonna do another building montage, so let's get to it. And welcome back. So we have done a lot, and one of the things that you guys didn't get a good view of is our nice little path. And yeah, it really didn't work out that well, but let's head down and let's head to the path. I did work on it a little bit more. So yeah, we actually got path blocks. We got the little path wooden blocks here, which I really do like the combo. But either way, let's head over, and look, there it is. You can even see it from over there by our base, and I really like that. But let's keep going. So yeah, the front is very plain right now. And you can see I was going for something up there. And I have to let you guys know that it is not even close to being done. None of it is. But let's go in. And this is the first thing that I have to show you guys. I made my own custom forges. And yes, there is 4 here. So we should have plenty of room to actually heat up our metal. I brought my bellows over. It's only working in this corner one. But we're going to work on trying to get this one as well. And these back 2 ones are not going to have anything at all. It'd be really cool to see a bellows that could do like multiple blocks. Maybe the large one will work like that at some point. And that would be pretty cool. But this is it. I set up our helve hammer. And by the way, it will get upgraded very, very soon. But yeah, I must say that this is a pretty big upgrade from what we were working with. And we're not just on the dirt floor anymore. And I just really like how this turned out. I was going for like a stone look to it, because I feel like the workshop building should be a little bit more sturdy and built to last. By the way, if we come over here, you'll notice that we also have another rapids. I think the plan is going to be we're going to shove it into the dirt, make it go underground, and eventually I think it's going to be under our floorboards. And then we'll be able to hook up another one to this, and this even might go underground. We can just have the water keep going, and then we can do all the gears and axles underground. They can just pop out when we need them, kind of like my season 2 world. And yeah, I think that sounds like a plan. But yeah, again, I have to stress, this is not even close to being done. I figured I would just get it started, and later on, once I get a little bit more inspiration, we're gonna come back, add to it. Like, we need to work on the windows. I want these 2 to be open over here, so we might have to do a railing or something to keep the mobs out, even though they're definitely gonna fall off the edge. But I want to make it a little bit safer. I think this one right here will be a window, and maybe so will this one as well. But this also needs to be a door, That way we can continue on this way, just in case we need it. And of course, all the stuff on the top floor, or it's not even a floor, but all the windows that are high above, those are actually windows. We need to add some glass to it, some chiseling, all that fun stuff, but I think it'll be fine for now. And yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out. If you notice, I'm trying to be a little bit more experimental with my bases, and I think it's kind of working out, but I'm really glad to just try new things out and see what works. But either way, I think we're done here for now. I think the next thing that we got to do is we got to come back, we got to get stuff for a pulverizer, and then I want to even automate it as well. So that means that we're gonna need some copper. We also need to make some iron caps, some chutes, and I can probably just steal my chest out of the storage room. By the way, I also made a path that leads up this way as well, not only because it looks cool from down there, but because I had to climb this a lot. I figured I'd make it a little bit easier on myself, even though it is actually quite difficult still. And there's a lot of hopping, so I feel like we really need to get the adventurer's walking stick up. And I think that's something that we're going to prioritize very soon. By the way, if you guys notice, it is February 9th. A lot of time has passed since the last time I spoke to you guys. And if you guys noticed, there is still no snow. I haven't seen it rain once. So it's so weird. I really don't know what's happening. Not even any ice over there, but only right here. Was there some by my workshop? I don't even remember seeing any under it. Hold on, we need to go check. And yeah, from what I can tell, I don't even see any down there. I gotta assume that that's the ocean, and then the stuff over there is considered as a lake or something. Maybe saltwater can't freeze. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's my headcanon right now. And yeah, some weird stuff is happening. I'm not exactly sure why it is. I don't think I should have any mods that would affect it whatsoever. Maybe the Conquest world generation stuff is doing that. But again, if we look here, rainfall is common over here, so that's so odd. Also, one last thing that I did is I cleared out most of this room. All the buckets that were here got moved over into our storage room, so now we got some space over here to actually work with, and it isn't so cluttered. But anyway, we need to work on the pulverizer. I know we're definitely gonna need some copper, but there's definitely some other stuff that we need. So to start off with, we're gonna need a rock, and that is super easy. Then we're gonna need the pounders, which is also incredibly easy. Then we're gonna need a toggle, which is gonna require a plate of some sort. What is the cheapest one that I can make? So it seems like it's gonna be iron. Oh, I can do bismuth bronze, but I feel like we're just gonna do iron anyway. And yeah, the caps is just gonna require a bit of iron too. By the way, I did go ahead and I smelted the rest of the iron that was in the bloomery over here, and that did give us 6 more ingots of iron, but unfortunately I kind of spent them on tools. So what I think we're gonna do is we need to make some more, because our bloomeries have been eating up all of our fire clay. So we're gonna need to go and get some more clay and then make a bunch of fire brick. Then we gotta pit kiln it and then cook up a bunch of iron for us to work with. And look, the boars are even coming closer, plus they're still over there. Only one made it to mainland. Either way, let's head down to the raft. Here we are, grab the ore, hop on, and let's get going. So on my map here, I did see this over here and this and that, and I do think that that's clay. So we're gonna head over there and then we're gonna go and basically mine up as much as I can. I might even break the shovel if needed, because I just need to get an insane amount, plus we just used an insane amount for that. Which, by the way, look how cool that looks from up here. You can see our little village is starting. We got the bakery, we got the main house, we got the smithy or workshop. I'm not exactly sure what I'm calling it, and this is just the start. I feel like we're finally gearing up into building mode, so I would expect our village to grow very quickly, and eventually it's going to become a kingdom. But we're a little bit of ways from that. Either way, I'm going to head over to the clay, and I'll see you there. Okay, we're just about here. And I think I see some right up there. So that'll be our first stop. Wait, there's another. Yeah, there's going to be plenty. We're going to try to grab as much as possible. It is about to be nighttime though, so that's a bit of an issue. What is this? Oh, okay, it's medium. It's so dark, I thought it was high, but that's fine. And let's just head over to the clay real quick. So here we are, and let's get digging right away. I'm basically just gonna go until I feel threatened, or my shovel breaks, or if I get bored, or any other reason I can't think of right now. So anyway, let's get to it. And there we go. I think that's gonna be it for now. Our shovel is very hurt, but look, we got so much to work with, and we're just gonna head back to the boat right away. Look at the bunnies. Did you see him? I think he just died. He fell all this way. I think there's 2. The poor bunnies. What have I done? Oh, yeah, and I'm taking damage from cold. Good time to leave. So let's hop back on the boat, and we're gonna go straight back to the base. and warm at last. So let's head to our storage room, and we need to start putting together some stuff. Okay, so I think I gathered everything. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is the fat. I think we have some more in the vessel that we gotta cook up. But for now, this is what we have. We still got plenty of iron, so I don't even have to worry about it. We do already have some fire clay bricks, so we are gonna get some bloomeries up right away. And I feel like 2 should be enough, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. We also need to get some of the caps. So let's get those down, grab the iron, let's get them filled, and there we go. So let's light them up, and ideally this should be enough for the pounder caps and some basic tools that we're gonna need. But even so, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make some more fire clay. And oh yeah, we gotta grind that up. Okay, so let's go to the quern real quick. Luckily, we got it set up, and honestly, I'm surprised the torches are still going, and I can't wait to get this permanently lit up. Same thing with the workshop over there. It's going to be one of my main goals for the next summer. We're going to be heavily working on the bee farm. I think I want that entire section over there just for bees, and then we wouldn't have to worry all that much. But let's go upstairs real quick. And to the quern, we can just go ahead and drop that in. That is going to take a little bit of time, but it should be done in the morning, I would think. And yeah, we need to go and store a bunch of this. We do have 16 already that I didn't use last time, so we will get that made. And then we're going to use our existing fire clay. Wait, I should hold on to this, shouldn't I? If I want to make the refractory bricks, we're definitely going to need it. I think we're going for tier 2. Why is it only showing tier 1? Well, let's click on that real quick. And wait, no, that's tier 2. Okay, whatever. This is exactly what we're going to be going for. Now, you guys said that I should probably go for tier 1 because tier 2 really isn't that big of a difference. And while I totally agree, I still like to go for tier 2 because we can. So in the morning, what I think we're going to do is we're going to go to the Bear Island, which I'm very glad I can see from here. But there was a bunch of olivine over there. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to grab some. And also we need to find some copper. So we're going to find a copper vein nearby, which we're probably not going to have any luck going over there. So maybe we go over there and find some copper. I know that we practically have infinite copper over there, but we really don't need all that much. So I just want to find a small vein in the ground because we only need about 2 hoppers. And let's see, how much does that cost? It is 3 plates. So it's going to be about 600 copper for each. And that makes me think I should go to my copper mine. And yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. And what I think I'm going to do at some point is use the mod for bloomeries. And I think it was called bloomery tiers, where we can use refractory bricks on the bloomeries. And that way we won't have to burn through all the fire clay all the time. So that sounds like a plan. But anyway, I'm going to head straight over to the copper island, also which happens to be our iron island. And hopefully we can find some more. So I'll meet you guys over there. And we're back. So let's go find a new place to dig down. Wait, there's copper. Surely there must be a vein under it, right? Well, we're gonna figure it out. So let's dig down. Okay, we found a vein. I think it's just a small one, like it's a surface deposit, but it's better than anything else we found. So we might as well pick it up. And I think that was about it. So that was about 300, about 1/4 of what we need. Since we dug down here, I'm just gonna keep going. Oh, I see copper. It exists. That is gonna be our backup. We're gonna fill this up for now. We have gravel, so we know where it is. And we're just gonna keep going, but if we need to, we're gonna come right back up for it. But I'm gonna hope that's not the case. Oh, okay, we found more tin. We have been so lucky on tin. I don't even think we need it anymore. But maybe we use it for lanterns. And there's copper. Let's freaking go. Finally, at last. Hopefully there's a whole bunch. It is medium, so it's not all that great, but I'm just so happy to see copper. Okay, so I'm not quite done yet, but I have to show you this. All of this was copper, and it's even 2 layers. Usually it's just like 1, but yeah, it is 2, and it comes from all the way over here. I'm sure if I kept going this way, we might find more. And no, it actually stops. But yeah, this is a massive vein, and I'm just going to give it a little bit more time. We've already grabbed an insane amount. There's about 2,600 plus another 640, and yeah, we have some other stuff as well. But my sanity is running out, and I know I can let it sit for a little while, but I really don't like to. We're going to let it get down to like 50%, and then we're out, which right now it's at 50. Okay, so that sounds like a plan. I have no doubt that we'll be back later, but for now we got more than enough, and we need to go and get it cooked. And I'll meet you guys back at the base. Hey, so I was gonna meet you guys back up there, but look at this. We got a ton of rifts. There's like 3 boathorns down there. We got a bunch of drifters up here. They're amassing an army down there. That's why we need to put up big walls around this place and then light up everything on the inside. Gotta make it safe, you know? One day maybe. But we're back. So let's break up the copper. And we got about 3,700 to work with. Let's drop all the copper in. 3,770 units. So let's get it lit. That's gonna be so much. It probably lasts us not all that long. Either way, we need to lay down about 38 of these. So let's get it done. And that should be about 38. And yeah, we just gotta wait on this. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And finally, it's done. So let's grab it and let's get it poured out. Oh no! My crucible cooled down before I could get the last one. Although I think there's only 70? No, 170. Well, I'm not going to heat it back up. We'll just place it down. All right, we can already pick up some of these. I just love how quickly it cools down now. But there we go. That's all of them. And now we got about 34 ingots. And we're going to take them right over to the workshop. So let's get going. Oh man, I just love the view when we come around here. It also looks very plain. So yeah, we need to add some stuff to it. And I'm sure we'll get to that sooner or later. Oh god. Yep, it's going to be dangerous. It's fine. We'll get this guy out of the way. Goodbye, sir. And we'll throw down some torches just to make the place safe. Look how many dead torches are on the ground. There's so many. We're only gonna get more. But yeah, I finally get to show you guys this. So you can see I was able to put coal into each of these. And if we go ahead and light it, it acts as a normal forge. Although it looks so much cooler. And there we go, it's all lit. So let's get them down. I don't even think that we need the bellows. We're gonna do 4 in each. So yeah, 16 is being heated up right away. And you know what? I'll throw 1 more coal into each. And of course, this does still work with it. And it's really cool. You can see this little part here. I think it fits so well with the bellows looking at it. Although I gotta come clean. That was completely unintentional. And it's just a happy coincidence. But it's so cool. Oh yeah, we need the iron. Okay, we're gonna do that next. And we're just gonna get the copper done first. And oh yeah, I figured this out by the way. And we need to go and fix it. So let's grab some dirt. And you can see that it says that this has 3 suitable power sources nearby. And if we go and place another dirt right here, it should say 5. And yes, it does. And you can see that this is going much quicker. I don't know why it wasn't doing that for us when we first tried it. But yeah, as it turns out, it does work. And look how quick it goes. Okay, let's go ahead and grab some copper. Place it down. Let's do a plate. And it should go so much quicker. Yeah, look at it go. This is going to be so nice for us. And I believe we can do another gear ratio with this. And we can get it to go even quicker maybe. So potentially that could be the plan. But either way, I'm going to get to this. And I'm going to turn all these into plates. So I'll see you guys when it's done. Okay, that was the second to last one. We're going to place it down. But I'm actually going to use these ingots right here. And one of them is going to be for tongs. We're going to be doing some iron and steel ones later. But mine is right about to break. Can I even do it in here? Can I temper it in there? And yes, I can. Although it's going with the wheel. Okay, we'll get that in a bit. We can place that one down. And I'm not sure if we need anything else. So we'll take some arrows. Why not? Okay, let me get that back, please. I think we got to dig down. Yes, we do. There we go. But anyway, we got a stack of plates to work with. And now we just need to get a whole bunch of them. And we need to start turning into hoppers. Okay, so we got 4 here. There's 1 hopper. And we need 2 more. So let's drop them in. They seem like they're already cooled down. And we'll turn that into a hopper as well. And I don't think that we need to shoot. But if we do, we can always go and make one. Okay, so let's go back to the house. And we're going to start putting together the pulverizer. We're also going to grab the iron. Then we're going to come back to work on it. And finally get the pulverizer up. Pulverizer frame. Let's get it made. Then we're going to need a toggle, which is going to require an axle, which I swear we have, but we got to make one. Luckily, we have just enough fat. So we'll just go ahead and make 2, then go back to the toggle, which crap, yeah, that needs an iron plate. So, okay, we got to get that done immediately. But for now, we might as well do the pounders, and we can just get that out of the way. I think we need 2. So there we go. And other than the toggle, I think we have just about everything. And of course, the pounder caps. So we're just going to hold on to everything. We're going to go ahead and break these. There we go. So we're just going to take those and we're going right back to the workshop. Okay, here we are. Get coal into each of these. Grab the iron. Get them in as well. Oh, there's still a plate in there. Can't even see it. Okay, iron in there. And let's get them lit. But anyway, I'm going to go and work all this iron. And I'll be back with you guys once we're done. And there's a drifter. Hey. I'm trying to get stuff done here today, buddy. Not cool. Okay, he's gone. Is there a rift right here? I don't see one. He might have been on his own. Oh no, I just heard a boat horn. Hello? He's shooting at the wall. Okay, he's right there. Yeah, I bet you there's a rift. Okay, so this is my plan for safety. Crap! These blocks. Hold on, we'll just get rid of the bottom 2. Make it a little bit harder for them to shoot at me. There we go. I should do the same on this side as well. But don't you worry, we'll fix it later. And then we're gonna make the place safe. But for now, this will have to do. Anyway, like I said, I'm just going to be working all this iron. We're going to turn all the blooms into ingots. Then we need to make a plate and 2 iron pounder caps. So I'm going to get it done, and I'll see you guys in just a few. Hey, so I'm still working on the stuff. There's the plate that we needed. Grab some more iron. We need to throw it on. Pounder cap. But yeah, as you guys can see, I've been killing stuff. We've been under siege this entire time. There's a boat horn that keeps shooting at me over there. You can see one of his arrows. And they keep popping out the top part. But also good news, it only needed 1. drop that in, grab one. Powder cap, where is it? There it is. We only need 2. So yeah, it's been a little bit rough. There he is. That's the one. But we're almost there. Okay, 2 powder caps. Go ahead, just throw them in. And it should pop out over here. So dig down, and yes. And I think that we have everything that we should need. Now the question is, where should it go? And I feel like right here should do it. I think we place down the base like that. But it needs to go 1 over. That way we can get an axle down. So right there shall do it. Drop it in like that. So it should be facing inwards, I think. Maybe. This one right here shall have a chest under it. And a hopper like that goes in. And no, I'm remembering it wrong. So we do need a chute to work with. So hold on. We'll grab one of these. Drop down the plate. We need to get it warm. Actually, I think we need 2 chutes. Because we need an elbow chute. And yes, we need 2. So we'll drop that one down as well. But there's 2 chutes. Okay, so we need to go and make a chest, and we need to get some of our gears. But once we do, we should be ready. And other than upgrading the quern over there, I think we pretty much managed to do all the automation that we needed to do. But don't you worry, we're going to be upgrading it a lot. I have no doubt about it. And here we are. Okay, first things first, gear. And that is in fact turning. And now it stopped. Oh, it's going again? Did it just have to think for a second? I'm not sure. Well, let's break down there real quick. Grab a chest. Place it down. We'll get one up here. And we need to grab our chutes. Which can I craft yet? No, I cannot. Okay, we'll just throw it in some water. And there we go. And there's an elbow chute. So now if we go back here, should be able to drop it in. And I think that's perfect. So I did grab some bauxite. Let's drop that in as well. We'll drop some mud brick on top. Grab our chisel that's right about to break. But it should be more than enough. What we're going to do is we need to hollow this out. Okay, surely that'll do. Is there any in there already? No. Oh no, we don't have the powder caps. Okay, that's what went wrong. I was so confused for a second. For some reason, I was looking at this like, why isn't it crushing? But let's drop them in. We need the powder caps as well, so let's get them on. And yes, it is working. And look how quick it's going. And that's with this going as well. So I think if we remove it, it should go even quicker. It seems like it's going slower. Nope, there it goes. And yes, it definitely is going quite a bit quicker. And look at it all show up down there. This is what it's all about. So anyway, guys, I do gotta call it here. We got a lot done today, and we set ourselves up for the future. Hopefully, we can work on getting steel next time, and that sounds like a plan. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time.